Many people in America don't know how huge K-pop actually is. Like K-pop dominates Asia. 안녕하세요. 저는 K-Love입니다. 반갑습니다. Yes, I know BTS. Well, they're pretty famous all over the world. They're the most famous K-pop band in the world, I'm pretty sure. Like even people in America know BTS, and I'm not sure they know others so well. And BTS music is pretty good. I can't remember the first time, but I know if I'm walking down the street and I like a guy's K-pop song, it's probably BTS. I'm not a huge K-pop fan, but BTS has good songs. I like Fake Love. Fake love, fake love. I don't know so much about BTS, but I've heard that their music, the lyrics, like have more meaning to it, like they're relatable to people. Other Korean music is mostly love and stuff like that, but I hear their content is more relatable because they write the music, the members write the music, so it's more relatable music. One of my friends is a teacher there, and he came to Korea for my wedding, and he said some of his kids sing BTS in his class, and they wanted to write a report on BTS, which before I wouldn't have thought that, but it's crazy. So he's a teacher there, and they sing it in his class, so it must be really big in America now.
Let's talk more about the increasing success of K-pop in the US with Jeff Benjamin. He's a K-pop columnist for Billboard and a senior digital editor for Fuse TV, and he comes to us for New York.
He looks happy.
You so
He
much
looks
for
like he
being
likes
with us.
BTS.
Thanks for having me.
I understand you are a big K-pop fan yourself, so you're the perfect
that's right.
person to talk to us about just why this is significant, not just for K-pop fans, but generally in terms of culture and US music.
Yeah, you know, this is a huge win for BTS, but this is also a huge win for global music at large. America is the biggest music industry in the world, and this is a huge step in showing that Americans are opening their eyes, opening their minds, opening their ears to great music that doesn't necessarily need to be in English. And, you know, that being said, BTS, their music itself, it has messages, it has concepts, it has symbols that go beyond language, that transcend culture.
Right.
One of my favorite songs on the new album, Love Yourself Tears, called 1340-340, and that's actually the name given to the planet Pluto when it was downgraded from planet to asteroid. And I think everyone's felt that feeling when you are no longer significant to someone or someone who used to be your entire world. And you've been downgraded in that way to not mean a lot. So BTS says something larger than just K-pop music, for sure.
You know, it's
That's
a
what
matter
I hear.
of pride too. Not just for South Korea, the South Korean president, but for South Koreans, both in Korea, but also in the diaspora. We have some pretty excited Koreans on our staff here at CNN about this, who take enormous pride that this milestone has been reached. How important is it in a cultural sense, K-pop?
Yeah, you know, South Korea as a country in Asia, it's smaller compared to, you know, bigger countries like China or Japan. And
It can
I
be
think
smaller,
there's,
but
you know,
bigger
even
heart.
earlier in the program, there wasn't the greatest news coming out of South Korea. K-pop is the country's top cultural export. And to see something that is not only flourishing and so well, but is at one point now the largest album consumed in America for 1 week in the world, that's just a huge something to say that this small country can achieve so much and can, you know, go beyond just being one country amongst many countries, but a country that can shine amongst the other top countries in the world.
Korea's been
Jeff,
shining for a while,
do you
bud.
see K-pop becoming even more popular around the world in other markets outside of the US too?
Oh, well, you got to keep in mind that K-pop is really huge in lots of parts of the world. It's been the trend in Asia
Many
for a while
people in
now,
America
but you
don't
see
know
really
how
high,
huge
and
K-pop
really
actually
big,
is.
concerts in
Like
Latin
K-pop
America and South America.
dominates
I think a lot
Asia.
of people learned about K-pop via Psy and Gangnam Style initially in 2012.
Psy brought it.
And while we haven't had such a visible star like Psy since, other than BTS, you know, we've seen ticket sales from tours go be bigger around the world. Album sales have grown in America. Festivals dedicated to K-pop have only grown since then. So I definitely think you're seeing much more people not only getting into this world of K-pop, but really putting their money where their mouth is, for sure.
You know, it's interesting. You touched on this earlier. You know, a lot of people might look at pop and K-pop and just say, oh, it's superficial, it's bubblegum music. But what you were saying is that these guys often write about things that are very important to the youth, social things.
Yes, 100%. And BTS has been really special in that way. I think a lot of times K-pop unfairly gets a tag that it's manufactured or that it's plastic. You know, BTS really is proving to be, you know, 100% the opposite of that. They write their own music, they produce their own music, and it's really set a new standard, I think, in the K-pop industry in particular. That, you know, sharing yourself, sharing your art, sharing what you go through. Like you mentioned, BTS talks about social issues. They talk about their own mental health. They talk about politics. These are things that aren't the most public-friendly topics, but they found a way to make it work and make it sound great and get so many more people to follow them, whether or not they speak Korean or whether or not they understand Korean culture.
Jeff Benjamin, K-pop columnist for Billboard and senior
Jeff
digital
Benjamin
editor for Fuse
is a
TV.
K-pop
Great to have you on for
supporter.
that chat. Appreciate it.
Yes, hope you guys listen.
I was pretty spot on with my first initial thing, like their words have meaning. I don't personally, my Korean skills aren't great enough where I can analyze but everyone says it's really good lyrics and it means something. And always music that means something is much better than just some cool sounding thing. I mean, to me at least. I feel like with this stuff, it seems they're putting in more time and work, and other companies, other K-pop groups, they have like a lot of different people doing the work, advertising, but it seems like BTS, they work harder because they produce and write their music. And I hear that they try to interact with fans more than other groups, so if you have fan interaction, it works better for you. I think it changed people's thinking about Korea because people know about K-pop, but they just thought, oh, it's Korea's version of pop. But now hearing it, maybe they'll try to listen to more Korean music and K-pop rather than just hearing, oh, it's K-pop, that's all it is, because BTS is different. So maybe they'll think there's more different things they can listen to. It opens up their perspective on Korea's culture. Like he said, one of the biggest cultural things in Korea is K-pop, and not many people, like they have K-pop fans and people who don't know K-pop, they know nothing about K-pop. So now people may be willing to learn more about Korea and Korea's music because of it. If BTS keeps trying hard and they try to keep their music this way and don't change, I think they will have success in America. If they already hit America's big Billboard chart, I think they can continue to get there. So I think BTS, since they were able to get into America, they kind of like opened a path or a door for other countries' musicians to get out and get into different countries, because not many people knew about BTS in America and now they're so big. So I think other musicians around the world might see that and be inspired to try to get into different countries. So today we talked about why Americans like BTS. And if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Bye! 안녕히 계세요.